A military coup has unfolded in the West African nation of Guinea just hours after the death of the country's president, Lansana Conté. An army officer identified as Captain Musa Camara has declared the dissolution of the government and the constitution. He said a self-styled National Council for Democracy and Development was taking over. However, Guinea's premier says the government has not been dissolved. Soldiers and police are guarding the presidential palace and the central bank. It's not yet clear if the entire military is behind the coup attempt. The African Union was quick to condemn the coup and said it will hold an emergency meeting to discuss the situation. We're joined by Ayo Johnson, African affairs expert from London. Now, what is it that makes this country such an easy target for a military coup a day after its president's death?
Well, the area itself is it's been quite confusing. We have a coup d'etat clearly, but I think we've got to be cautious. Clearly, this new group called the National Council for Democracy have said that they've set the coup. But the region itself has been dogged by coup. We've had Sierra Leone next door. We've had endless coups. We've had Liberia similarly so. And it's created a lot of tension, not only in Guinea itself, but the surrounding areas. We've actually got the border areas being covered up by both the Sierra Leonean government as well as by the Liberian government. They're very, very anxious at this junction. And Guinea, for all intensive purposes, is a country which has got the largest world reserve for both bauxite and aluminium. So there's a lot of interest at play here.
All right, now we obviously have reports of the attempted coup, and also the Prime Minister says that the government has not been dissolved. What do you make of all this?
Well, it just shows how confusing the situation is. I mean, so soon after Lansana Conté dies or passes away, we have these guys jumping onto the television screens with military flank jackets, making this claim that they're in charge of the country and dissolving parliament. It's not constitutional, and it's very, very confusing. And as we know, Guinea is a very, very poor country, one of the poorest countries in the world. And infant mortality rates, life expectancy is very, very bad as well. So it's a very messy picture at the moment. What's very concerning is that Guinea has provided a safe haven for past Sierra Leonean presidents of Tijan Kaba and Joseph Saidu Momo when they had similar coups in their country. So it's a mixed bag altogether. Very confusing picture at this junction, really.
All right, now, you know, amid all this, as you mentioned, confusing circumstances, where is the country headed at this point?
Well, Guinea has been a country which, for all its promises, for all the vast amount of wealth that's been blessed with that country in terms of minerals, it's never translated to the poor. A lot of people are suffering in abject poverty. I must admit that Lansana Conté has been in power for a very long period of time, 25 years, since 1984. But that level of stability has not cascaded down to the people, and poverty, inequality, hardship is a problem, not only in Guinea, but that of Liberia and Sierra Leone, who are neighbors to Guinea. So it's a very, very, very sad situation at the moment, and we hope that some level of stability may be applied very quickly. We need the African Union, who clearly have condemned this action, to probably send some troops down there to create some level of stability, because if Guinea were to go into anarchy, then it would spill into Liberia, spill into Sierra Leone, and it could cause a major problem.
Ayo Johnson, African affairs expert from London, thank you very much for your comments.